Tell me one thing. Who are your idols? Idols like who inspire you? Okay, who motivates you? If you get demotivated, whom do you basically go and want to listen and hear?
Mhm. Yeah, so I think I have a few people who've had a lot of big influence on my life. One of them is Swami Vivekanand. Like, I'm a firm believer in Arya Samaj, and there is a very famous principle which he followed. His he based his life on like simple living and high thinking. If you do that, then that takes away a lot of problems in life. So that is one. Uh, Technology industry. Uh, yeah, I think a couple of people like Sheryl Sandberg, who was the ex-CEO of Facebook. I was very inspired by her. Like, I actually had the pleasure of seeing her at Dreamforce. Like, that was like a moment which I will never forget. When I picked her book up. Like, I read a lot, but I actually finished that book overnight. I started it, I think, at 8 p.m. in the morning, and I think by the breakfast I was finishing up that book by breakfast time. So that was a really inspiring book and a very inspiring lady. I'm personally a big Steve Jobs fan because of how well the Apple products are. Not a big fan of how he used to run Apple, but the innovation part of Apple. Like, I've been to Apple WWDC many times, and it was a conference which I absolutely loved it. Like, the sessions there, the innovation, like you actually feel that you are at the center of the innovation. It's in Bay Area, and you feel that adrenaline rush like when they show those innovations. So Steve Jobs is another one, and I am personally very inspired by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Like, I'm not political at all, but I just admire him for the I think the revolution that he's brought into India, like digital India, the emphasis on education. I think just how he's elevated India globally. I think very inspiring, and I feel very fortunate that we have a prime minister like him.
And what are Adani?
Sorry.
Adani.
You have a habit of asking controversial questions. I don't follow like big businessmen that much, as I said. So yeah, no comments on that.
See, I am not making it controversial. Okay, obviously, I am totally see. So when I write, a lot of people call me Modi Bak.
Mhm.
But I can talk about his institution, जितना भी institutional change हुआ है ना,
Right.
okay, whatever the impact he has done in the growth story, nobody till now in any prime minister till now. One was Indira Gandhi, no matter what. Okay, people though criticize, but she was one of very inspiring lady. Okay, the second who has already passed that level is Narendra Modi. And we have a lot of discussion with my friends on Modi. So I am a big advocate with his. Basically, I'm talking about governance, not going to any other area. Only talk about governance. You can say okay for the IPO, she was one of the.
You are always relating things to business. As I said, I admire her as a leader. Like, I'm not really concerned about what happened in the Congress or the IPO. I think, yeah, that is again, I respect your opinion about her, but that will not change. Like, the facts that you state will not change my respect for her. That is what I wanted to
No,
make
no,
clear.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to basically influence someone. I'm just stating the facts. Okay.
Sure.
Now she is not into the business, but she is you know
Mhm.
she is a politician now.
Okay, I've not really followed that development, but maybe yeah.
Yeah, she is a politician. Okay. Why ask Adani? Though people call it very controversial, I am full advocate of Adani.
Mhm.
Okay, he hasn't done a proper education. Okay, like Anil, if you know the Vedanta CEO.
Mhm.
Okay,
Anil Agarwal. Mhm.
yeah, Anil Agarwal. He hasn't done a proper education. Okay, but who can beat him?
Mhm.
Okay, now
Sure.
I have lot of people's names for this. I read lot of like you have the book behind your there. Yeah. So I also have a library of books, and I read everyone. Okay. Last time when Gajendra came and said, he said Sudha Murthy, I said I can speak about Sudha Murthy more than 5 hours. I've read everything
Mhm.
of Sudha Murthy. Okay,
Yeah, she was
so
actually in Jaipur for the literature festival, and yeah, we had the pleasure of seeing her. Fabulous author, fabulous person. So,
yeah, she has given a very good reply to Sasi Tharoor also with her vocabulary. So I have invested. I claimed openly. I have invested in Adani when it fell. Okay,
mhm.
now I'm already in 20-25% profit anyway. Hmm.
Oh,
So I'm 100% sure it is going to jump. And next year is 2004 is an election, and definitely BJP is going to win. I'm openly saying it. Adani is going to fly, and nobody can hold it. So this is the best time to buy Adani. Okay, so I'm not an advisor in share market, so it should not be taken literally. Okay, coming back to you, where I was somewhere. See, that's why I said